Welcome to the Geeks for the Win podcast, the podcast where we talk about our week as geeks. I'm your host, William, and I'm joined with my co-host, Stuart.
Known across the internet as Casual Terror.
We're back.
Yes.
Had some issues happen the last couple weeks.
Yeah. My power went out last week.
The week before I was sick with, I think, strep throat.
Yeah, that's what you said. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get any official diagnosis because, I try not to have to go to see a doctor and spend money unless I really need to.
I get that.
And it didn't, everything I read said, unless this, and this, it's basically, you don't need, antibiotics or anything like that. You just need rest and stay hydrated and all this and that, normal stuff. One of those things where, it goes away after time.
Yeah. I went to the doctor for the first time, like a doctor, not like an urgent care, for the first time in 18 years.
Oh, wow.
Because, you know what? I knew as soon as I went in, I'd be put on oh, you need to take this meds and these meds and these meds and these meds. So what did I leave with? Yeah, put me on 2 fucking new meds. Apparently high blood pressure is an issue. So is depression.
Yeah. Got the depression. Don't have the high blood pressure, which is very strange because high blood pressure is like that's a hereditary thing.
Yeah.
And both of my parents had high blood pressure.
Both my parents, all 4 of my grandparents. So I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Did you see Amazon now has healthcare services?
No. It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, you could you could telephoto or telecall or whatever it's called, with one of their doctors and stuff like that, and it's $10 a month for the service if you have Prime or something like that, and they have prescription medicine that's it's very cheap if you get the generic versions and which is how it always is, but it seems interesting, not having to actually go to an actual doctor's office and deal with being around sick people and all this and that, and it's something that I'm just that's really that's interesting. I might consider doing that in the future. I think it's fairly new. It's only a few months old, I think.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's health.amazon.com. Fill prescriptions in office and virtual. In office, where do you go for in office? Virtual care.
Maybe they mean to a different pharmacy. You can have their doctors fill it for you at or send it over to Walgreens or something like that.
Yeah, it's either $10 a month or $100 a year.
That's not bad. Considering how much doctor visits cost,
Okay, it's a medical one office. And there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And the closest one to me is Chicago.
Well, the whole draw of it is to be able to do it, through the internet and not. That's the main draw of it. Yeah. And the fact that it's a lot cheaper than seeing a normal doctor,
I don't know
that's something
if you have insurance, I know you're paying for it, but you never really see it because it just comes out of your paycheck. My co-pay is $0. so I don't pay anything when I go.
Oh wow,
'Cause
that's
I'm
must have
already
good
paying.
insurance.
I'm already paying for it.
Yeah, yeah. Not everybody has either insurance or good insurance, you know.
That is true.
So it's cool that like something like this is happening. But then I can see some people's arguments about like, oh, it's Amazon's growing even bigger, and this is it's the scary corporation wanting to have your medical record, and it's like, okay, great. What are they gonna do with my medical records? Like it gets to a point where it's like I like privacy only matters if like you got something to hide,
Something hot. Yeah.
Like
You know, but I do see a point in like, that whole like Demolition Man thing where every restaurant is a Taco Bell. I think it's more becoming every store is going to be an Amazon.
Amazon, Google, or Apple.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been saying that for years. That's that's what it's gonna be. Amazon, Apple, or Google, like, or Microsoft, I guess. Microsoft could be like a fourth. But yeah. And maybe Facebook, I guess.
I don't know.
They're they seem like they want to like do that, you know.
They
They're
sure
just
they want to.
they just haven't grown as big as like Amazon or Google or those. But anyways, what have you been up to?
Well, a little game came out, and it kind of blew up the internet. Pokemon with guns.
I know. Okay, I was about to say. I was about to say, Turnip Boy, whatever, like Turnip Boy robs a bank. That's the game you're talking about.
Yeah. Pokemon with guns, which also known as Power World. I have been playing Power World. And it is kind of it's a survival game with pals, which are not Pokemon. They're similar to Pokemon in a way. You catch them in spherical objects. You have to get their health down low. In order to increase catching them. And when you catch them, they are your quote pals now, and they will do your bidding, like work your farms and cut down trees and break rocks for ore and keep your food cold in coolers for ice pals. It's a survival game with Pokemon, only not.
It's like Minecraft and Pokemon.
No, I'm gonna say more because you cannot do anything with the terrain. There's no like you can't dig, and so I'm not gonna say Minecraft. I'm gonna say more like Rust or Ark.
7 days.
Even in 7 days, you could dig.
Okay. I just meant more of the crafting side. At
yeah,
least I played a little bit of this, not too much. I meant to play more of it, but I just been doing other stuff. But I have played a little bit of it, and the crafting side of things have reminded me of like Minecraft or 7 days or stuff like that.
Sure, it's your basic survival game in that sense. Yes.
I didn't know. I was surprised about that part of it when I was playing because all I heard was Pokemon and guns.
I mean, yeah. I
Like,
mean,
no one's talking about the crafting side of it. Like when they're
I remember years ago hearing about this game.
really
That there was a Pokemon with gun game being made. Sorry, this cough has gotten worse today. It was fine the last couple weeks, but it just got really worse today. But yeah, and then like about a week or so before the game came out for everybody, a lot of creators got it ahead of time. So there was a lot of like, you know, a lot of TikToks and a lot of YouTube videos of people playing this game and kind of showing it off, and it kind of blew up. And there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who are also unhappy with the game, and there's two different groups of those people. There's people who are avid Pokemon fans, and how dare they create something similar to Pokemon, and Nintendo and Pokemon should fucking sue. And then there's PETA. Because, yeah, you are essentially enslaving these creatures to do.
They're not real creatures, though. They're not even representation of real creatures.
I mean,
you know,
sheep, fox,
I guess, but like
deer, and their names are also Pokemon like, and like they're pun names as well.
I mean, it is nice when you like attack them and not like, I guess, kill them. It just looks like you knock them out and they're like sleeping. Like it doesn't really look like they're like completely dead or anything like that, you know?
Yeah, sure. Like they're just now just laying on the ground, and you can now kick them around, and yeah, they drop meat. It would depends on what ones you kill.
Okay, I haven't come across any that dropped meat.
The sheep, the sheep will drop meat, wool.
Yeah, apparently this was revealed in 2021.
Yeah.
The Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, like I said, I heard about it a while ago.
And it is on Game Pass too, so that's a big. I think that's another big factor of. I've heard the Game Pass version is inferior to the Steam version.
I was about to say that. I was like, there is a difference between the Steam version and the Game Pass version. It seems like the Game Pass version is a patch behind the Steam version.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
Well, that also means that Game Pass and Steam players can't play together.
Oh, that sucks. Okay. Are you playing Game Pass or Steam?
I'm on Steam.
Okay. So we can't play together.
Yeah.
That's sad.
But yeah, I did play one of my coworkers also picked up the game and on Steam, and we played for a little bit. And he was the type of person, he would go off and be like, "Oh, I just found a large egg. Oh, there's a new pal over here, new pal over here." I go out, I see the same damn pals all over the damn place. I don't see anything new. Like, oh, here's a shiny. Well, it's they call them luckies, but they're shiny.
Yeah.
Pals. Like, oh, there's a shiny here. Oh, there's a shiny here. I was just like, dude found like four shinies. Wow. And I've yet to see one.
I hate when that happens. Yeah.
And I'm like, you're in my fucking world. What are you doing? Like you joined my game. How are you finding all this shit and I'm not? But yeah, it's there's not a whole lot to it at the moment. Like there's kind of a thing like the towers hold the key, and that's the only bit of kind of story you get, like right at the beginning. So like, okay, there's these towers that are kind of spread out through the island, and there are bosses there. Like kind of like gym bosses, but not, because they only have one pal. I've only fought one. Like the first one you basically fight, which is a not Electabuzz with a Gatling gun.
Is the not Electabuzz the one that's like displayed?
Yeah,
everywhere?
it's the one that's kind of front and center on a lot of the
promotional art.
Promotional art, yeah. And yeah, he's got a Gatling gun. But I managed to really kind of knock him down, because I got a crap, what's it called? Like I haven't played in a week, so I'm forgetting names now. It's a not Vulpix, like a Spark Fox or something like that. Spark. You basically if you make a harness for it, you can hold it in your arms and use it as a flamethrower.
As of the 31st, Power World, they're on their Twitter, they reported Steam 12 million copies and Xbox 7 million players. So
yeah,
over 19 million players of this game in less than 2 weeks.
It blew up.
Yeah, it has. I was kind of reluctant, like, because I was like, okay, is this going to be one of the things where like it's hot for a week and then it falls off and no one plays it? Like, because we see this happen a lot in the gaming world.
We do. Like there's a game recently that's happened too. The finals. Like it was hot for like 2 weeks, and then like now nobody's playing it anymore.
Like another Game Pass game I didn't know was on Game Pass, Valheim. That was another one that was kind of big for a few weeks, and then like it still has a community, but like it's nowhere. It fell off pretty quick, I feel like.
I can see this kind of falling off in the next couple weeks. I do. I don't see this sticking around as like something everybody's playing right at the moment. Just until like something new comes out to kind of bring people back in.
Yeah. It's one of the big. It's being reported as one of the biggest Game Pass launches, and apparently, I'm looking, and Microsoft is working to give them support. Is looking to help with dedicated servers and helping with updates, making sure updates get like they're really trying to help support this. Like,
sure.
So,
I can kind of get that.
is this on? Is this just on? This is just on Xbox and Steam, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's like a third party exclusive, like as far as consoles go.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that's why they want to like really help this have legs. Yeah, I'm just looking and seeing like Microsoft helping with dedicated servers and performance fixes and all. Like they're really trying to help make this, not just be a couple weeks and people drop off type thing. Which
yeah, like I said, like I think like some new stuff definitely needs to be added, like some quality of life fixes definitely needs to happen. And they're starting to. Like I saw that there was a patch yesterday, I think it was, that added some a quality of life fix and some bug fixes. But yeah, it's fun. It's like, let's see, how much is it on Steam? I forget.
It's $30.
$30. Yeah, and I think that ended yesterday. It was actually like 25. Like there was a slight discount at the start. But this is by a developer who's not done a whole lot. They did Craftopia, which is a game I've heard of, but
I've heard of that. Yeah,
I've never played. Another game they have is AI Art Imposter, which apparently, from what I've heard, was kind of controversial because like this came out around the AI art is kind of a hot topic.
Oh yeah,
this uses AI art, but in a way like, okay, you have to pick what's a real digital art and what's AI art. And it's like it's a party game. But people,
the whole AI art is a huge controversy thing going around.
Yeah, and like, oh, this uses AI art. Like, yeah, but you're having to pick what is AI art.
Yeah. Like a lot of people are worried about the whole like not that the fact that it's going to replace like artists and not just that it's going to be used by artists, you know.
Yeah.
Especially like I know there's been some concerns in the comic book world from I've heard about, that's where I heard about this from, was some comic book YouTubers that I follow. They were talking about it and whatnot, and it's like I see like AI art okay as far as like as a tool, but not like as a replacement, you know, like,
Yeah.
hey, make some trees in the background of this you know, of this game or whatever, instead of having someone have to waste time making something that people aren't going to really look at too much, you know.
Sure. Yeah. I get both sides. I really do.
Yeah.
Like it sucks, but I mean, this kind of stuff has been going on, from, like the Industrial Revolution. Like, how many people were replaced by machines and then robots, and now there's new types of jobs, to work with those. And that's going to happen here with AI. Like, new jobs are going to be new job titles, and new ways of doing things are going to be created with AI. Like, not just art, but like, like text generation, and even films. Like, a lot of it's going to change, and like new ways of doing things are going to happen, and people don't like change, but change happens.
Yeah. Like I love the AI art generators just because it's cool to play with. Like, we've made our D&D characters and stuff like that, and it's not perfect by any means, because boy, there's some horrific stuff I've shared with you of stuff that I've gotten. Like, why is her leg in the fire, like in the campfire? Like, what? Or why does she have 3 legs, or stuff like that, but, like, yeah, it's just AI is just it's here, there's no going back, like, you know people need to worry about it being used properly and not, like, it not being used at all, because that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's another
AI is not
thing.
gonna disappear.
I have heard a lot of stories with AI voice. That's a I think that one's a big issue with AI voice
Oh, yeah, that's
and scammers.
yeah, that is
Because like
that's
they 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 call you and they get your voice by saying hello. So they get how you speak, or um like we would like to do a quick survey. So they get you to talk for a little while and get your voice down, and then they call your grandma, and it's your voice saying, I need, I'm in jail right now, and I need bail money and Apple gift cards. And my grandma's the type where she would do it. She would fall for it.
yeah. Takes a lot of sampling for it to actually sound right, though.
You're on a phone.
Yeah, that's true, I guess, yeah.
Like phones, even cell phones, like they still sound terrible. Like
Yeah,
call quality's
that is kinda
improved, but
crazy.
they still don't sound good.
Yeah, because like, was it when I made that AI intro, put in, like I put in a good amount of, like, my voice,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And you thought you could definitely tell that, like,
Yeah,
you could definitely tell there were issues and stuff like that with that, and
yeah, but you run
yeah,
it, you run it through a phone filter, and you can't tell.
I guess that's true, yeah.
Because even the other day, for work, I was on the phone um with somebody, and I could not understand what they were saying, and it wasn't an accent. I just couldn't understand through the damn phone.
It is crazy how, like, we have these phones that have access to that are so powerful, and they have they connect to ultra band 5G, ultra wideband 5G, and it's crazy data speeds, but yet the actual call of it is horrible and
Yeah,
is the worst part of the actual phone part of our phones are the worst parts.
absolutely.
Like it's it it's funny when you really think about it, like how that's the case. But yeah. Yeah, it's AI is scary, but like, hopefully because there are tools and stuff right now, at least for right now, about where you can like run AI created like text through and see if it was generated by AI, stuff like that,
Yeah,
for like book report, like for school stuff. Like
yeah, but
I don't I
and I have seen stuff like that, and I have also seen cases of it not being right either.
yeah, it's just it just I get like I said, it's just we need to focus on like AI being used properly and not trying to like eliminate it altogether,
Yeah.
because that's not going to happen. We're not, you know, it's Pandora's box. Once it's introduced, it's like
Yes.
it's like the internet. There's no way the internet's ever going to go away, even though there's horrible things on the internet.
Absolutely. So, Pal World.
Yeah, Power World. I've played, like I said, I played a little bit of it. I haven't played too much of it because one, I was waiting for it, and two, I was waiting for it to, see if it was only going to be like a quick week thing or whatever. Plus, I didn't realize it was on Game Pass until you had until I had talked with you about it, and you
Yeah,
were like, "It's on Game Pass," and I'm like, "Oh, okay,
I actually didn't
that's
find out it
cool."
was on Game Pass till after I bought it. I was like, oh,
Ah,
okay,
you probably would have bought it anyways, though. Like,
yeah,
yeah, I know you. Like,
you're right.
you probably would have played a little bit and been like, "Oh, this is kind of cool," and then
Yeah,
been like,
because
"Oh, Steam version's better."
yeah, Steam version is better. It's easier to mod, and
But from what I can tell, this you
survival
can
games.
transfer saves from Game Pass to the Steam version. So I guess like if I ever want to upgrade, I saw there was a guide on how to do it. So that's cool, I guess. Like if I ever feel like I want to upgrade it to the Steam version because it becomes this big thing, which it seems fun enough.
Yeah, um, and like I said, Steam, there's it's also a lot easier to mod. And there are
I'm
mods already.
Yeah, I'm more of a sucker for like the survival aspects of it because I love like survival. I like the games with like the survival aspects and elements and stuff like that. I see Blue saying as a Pokemon fan, as someone who's not a Pokemon fan, he doesn't see the appeal, and I get that. Like, I've really, for as far as Pokemon goes, I've kind of like I can't tell you. I think it was it Black and White? Maybe that was like the last I ever play official Pokemon game I've played.
Oh wow,
Like I'll play like Go every now and then on on my phone, when I'm like, you know, since I take the bus and stuff like that, I'll every now and then I'll be like, "Oh, let's see what's around" and stuff like that. I'll get in every few months I'll get in a Pokemon Go mood and play it for like a week or so and then I'll just stop, you know. But like actual Pokemon I haven't really played in a long time, and with Power, like I said, I kind of like the survival aspects of it. I really like the 7 days to die and the Minecraft survival elements of that and stuff like that type of stuff.
sure,
I never
and
got into like Ark though. Like as far as those type of
mm-hmm.
games, I can never get into Ark for whatever reason. But
So because you didn't play a whole lot of it, you never, and it takes you a while to get to the guns part. Like you have to be like level like 21. I think that's the first time you can make a musket.
oh wow, okay.
Which the musket itself is incredibly powerful. Um, like bosses around the world kind of respawn, and the first boss that I ever fought and kind of struggled with a little bit, I went back to it with a musket. Boom, went one shot, dead.
Nice.
I said,
How
okay.
big is the actual world of Power World? Because I know it's early access right now. So
Yeah, and it's not procedure generated. It is the same world for everybody else. It's a good size. Let's see, what's just the map size? Roughly 16 square kilometers, or six square miles.
okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's a good size. And there's not just pals around. There are people too. There are NPCs. There are merchants that'll sell you uh crafting gear, but they'll also sell you pals.
Yeah, I was building something, and then I saw one roaming merchant come out of like from my peripheral, and just like I was just like, well, okay, wait, is this like an enemy, or is this a merchant, or like I was just like a little like it just came out of nowhere while I was doing something else. It just one of those things where it's just wandering around, and I'm just like, oh wait. Like
There
I said, it was just a merchant though, so
there are enemies around too, like enemy NPCs. Like, there's a group that supposedly steals people's pals, and so it's like,
Team
okay, that's
Rocket.
fucking Team Rocket. Then there's like the Free Pal Alliance, which is like trying to free the pals from enslavement, but then they hold pals in cages. So I'm like, oh, hold on, wait a minute. So, but yeah, it is pretty fun. Like I said, there's not a whole lot to it at the moment. It's in early access. But this could definitely be something in the future.
Yeah. And that's another thing. You know me about how weary I am with early access games. Like,
Yeah,
just because I've been burned before. Like
sure.
where it's like the slow drips, and then by the time the actual game is released, it's like I don't even want to play it. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad I did not play Baldur's Gate 3 until after it was out, because as much as I love that game, like it would have sucked if like that happened to me, where like I got I got tired of it before it actually fully released.
Sure. Um, and this may be a game that never, one of those games that never actually comes out of early access,
Okay,
because
yeah.
their other game, Craftopia, which released September 4th, 2020, is still in early access. So,
Gotcha.
and I have heard like it being an early access or game preview on like for Xbox games, it makes it easier to update the games. That way.
Okay. So it's a loophole type
Yeah,
thing.
that's what I've heard.
Gotcha. Remember how technically Fortnite was in early access for like how many years?
Yeah,
Like that was the craziest, I thought. Like this game that's making just outrageous amounts of money was in early access for like multiple years. But yeah, it seems interesting. Like people like it, and I'm dipping my toes in it.
so what have you been up to?
I made a kind of a semi-impulsive purchase, Stuart.
Oh, really?
Um, I bought a Lenovo Legion Go.
Wow.
Yeah. Um, I just kept. I told you, like I was just watching, and I've been eyeing these like portable, like handheld gaming PCs and stuff like that for a while, and I've been watching videos back and forth and stuff like that, and then I don't know, I just was looking, and I've been doing research basically, like kind of online, like window shopping for a while. So it's not like I just bought it without any knowledge whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I don't know. I picked this one because it just like the ROG Ally, it has the like better processor than like the Steam Deck. That and it's Windows, so I can like easily have like the Epic Game Store or Game Pass games, stuff like that. And it's not just Steam OS like the Steam Deck. I picked this one, the Legion Lenovo Go, because it was it what's the screen size? It's like 8 point something.
The one I'm looking at is 8.8.
8.8. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was 8. I think it was 8 point something, but yeah, it's an 8.8 inch, 144 hertz. Goes up to 1600. I don't know what the first. Let me actually pull up maybe some specs while so. Yeah, 8.8 inch. 2560 by 1600 resolution. And it's kind of like the Switch where the where's it? The controllers are
cool.
removable. So it kind of becomes like a tablet.
That is okay. I'm gonna tell you a lazy thing you can do. Get like an arm for your bed, like, and like so you can hook that on. That way you can just lay in bed and like have your like, arms out to the side and be able to play in like the most laziest way possible. Because
Yeah.
I do that with the Switch.
Yeah, I got it because like I can also use it as like a actual like, you know, I can use it as an actual computer since it has Windows 11 on it. You know.
Okay.
I can use it as a tablet. If I don't want to, you know, have the controllers on or and all that. Also has a built-in kickstand.
Nice. That's way better than the Switches.
So I can just have it like on my stomach while I'm in bed. Just
yeah, that kickstand is way better than the Switch. Just a little bitty little thing on the backside that doesn't even hold it up.
It's plastic housing, but like it has a premium feel to it. You know, like it doesn't feel like cheap plastic. The controllers kind of feel cheap. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's got I don't know the bigger screen. It's not OLED, but like I've never really experienced OLED or anything like that, so I don't really have a frame of reference for OLED too much.
Sure.
That, and I've always been kind of afraid of burn in or burnout, whatever you want, however it's called for OLEDs, you know. But the 144 hertz was like, oh, that's awesome, because I have a whole lot of older games that I can play on this that I can totally take advantage of that. Like I started I'm ashamed to say I've out of the Arkham games I only ever played through the first one. So I started on Arkham City, and this thing looks gorgeous on it. Like, and I'm able to have it like full res, basically high refresh rate, you know. What was it? It comes with it also I keep knocking my it also comes with a carrying case.
Nice.
So like I can, you know, so that's, you know, that typically will set you back some too. It's got a gimmicky feature with the controller where it has what they call FPS mode, Stuart, where it comes with this magnetic base where you can put the right controller.
Okay.
And there's a switch and I don't know if you can see that, a mouse sensor.
Yeah.